I've got a big 8-hour day to do tomorrow, and that's kind of the last big effort before Unbound in 2 weeks. My name is Lance Haidet, and I race for Legion of Los Angeles. SLO is where I was born. Now, over the past year, I've been going to college at Cal Poly. When I was 18, I was just starting really racing professionally and was trying to do the school thing. I'm 24 years old now, and I'm just graduating school this year. So it's been a long process, and I feel like I should focus more on bike racing, and then a month later I should focus more on school, and it's kind of this flopping back and forth. There was also a bit of feeling of if you go do the European route, you're investing everything into road racing. And being someone who really loves riding off-road and loves mountain biking and races a full cyclocross schedule, I just wasn't sure if I wanted to invest everything into road racing. Being with Legion, I get to do that. I just remember on Zwift, we signed this new Freddy guy. He's Australian. He was on some world tour teams, and he's super strong, and we're gonna race Zwift with him because he's over in Europe right now and can't fly to the US during COVID. We would line up and do Zwift racing together, and he would just smoke me.
My name's Freddy Ovett. I'm an Aussie rider for Legion of Los Angeles. All I could see myself doing for my whole life was being a professional runner. My dad had a history in the sport and gave me some decent enough pair of genes to run well and win most of the races I competed in. So did that at a high level all the way until I was 20. I was riding at the University of Oregon on scholarship. Picked up an injury that all the infrastructure at Oregon and Nike couldn't figure out what the problem was, and frustrated me to no end. Found myself cycling as a sort of rehab method.
Yeah, I'm a big dog, walking, talking, hold me, yeah. Don't want no problems, don't look at my chain, don't shoot at my shot like I'm Kobe.
We're in Emporia, Kansas, US of A. I'll be racing the Unbound gravel race, 200 miles, and I'm here with a couple of my teammates ready to roll.
We spent 2 days shuffling back and forth to get everything figured out.
Yeah, here I was thinking that all we had to do was, hop on the start line race day and think, that you have to put your best effort forward. But if you're not careful, you can leave the effort in the expo the day before.
Anything and everything that could go wrong is probably gonna happen. So here we go. And if you're prepped for that, you're prepped for anything.
Hey, what he said.
Oh, what he said. I think we rolled to the start line at 5:15, so well before daylight. You don't ever do that for anything other than gravel racing.
How's that knee?
Questionable, but
maybe you want to fill them in?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
Of course, after weeks of riding my bike for 6 to 8 hours, multiple days a week, I get on the plane, arrive here, and literally get off the plane, and my left knee is totally swollen and pops every time it bends and every pedal stroke. So we'll see how this goes.
We came down this roaring downhill, and I turned around, I could just see a line of all the trailing athletes roaring down the hill behind me, and I'm on the front of Unbound. It might be only hour 2, but I'm on the front of Unbound, and I'm gonna get that picture on the front from these media team.
Probably around mile 50 is where a select group of 25 guys got away. And both Freddy and I were in that. Unfortunately, Hunter had a little mishap early on, and then a couple flats, so he was no longer there. But Freddy was on a day. He was riding the front and being super well positioned.
We had a clean rollout, and I just remember the group of 15 just going so hard, and I was thinking, shit, you know, like, if I picked up that SIS gel 30 seconds later, I would no way would have got onto the back of this group. And again, that's a race over, just because you've had a poor feed zone. Where my race kind of derailed in terms of fighting for that top 10, where I picked up a puncture in the rear wheel. I had to stop to fix it, and it wasn't, unfortunately, a quick fix. It took me a while to get going, and I had to sort of bid farewell to that group of 10 and my aspirations to finish in that.
Was able to stay in that group until around mile 140 when things really started to light up. And I mean, we were all so cooked at that point that the group just like splintered. From there, it was settle into your pace and give it what you had for the rest of it. But yeah, super, super hard day.
Hi.
Is bottles?
Okay. I don't want any of this, but
What do you want?
something just like sweet.
Real quick for me. Just a little bit. There we go. Got it.
Oh, yeah.
These are yours.
Okay, cool.
Pickle?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah?
Actually, no, I'm okay.
Okay.
But thank you.
Yes.
Hey man, how you doing out here?
Hanging out, just chilling. Yeah, you chilling?
You know, good day. It's freaking great out. Balmy. Guess what though?
What?
You graduate college next week. Dude, I do. Let's go get this done. Yeah.
Can I grab one more CO2?
Yep. If you have more.
Right there on the table.
Right here.
Right on. Open your throat and jam them in.
Whole bag if you want.
I'll do that.
Okay, cool.
Alrighty, thank you guys.
Yep.
Have fun.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, it's easy to think like, you know, I can pack it in and wait for the next one, but you know what, the next one's a year away, and the least I can do is press on and work our way to get to that finish line and just empty myself, because that's what I prepared for.
Is it all with paces? How far's the next run? Jesus Christ. Go get him, mate.
When you hit mile 100 and you're like, I want to be done, and you realize you're only halfway.
When you see me crossing the finish line absolutely depleted, it's not physically, it's just emotionally, that you had something taken away from you, that you were living for a good 6 hours, and you were living in the moment, and you were thinking about for the months beforehand, and it all comes down in a split second.
All right, so they totally skimped us because we only did 199.3 miles. Average speed, 20.6 miles per hour. 8,000 feet of climbing. 241 watts average. 85 RPMs.
Certainly far from giving up racing these events. I can only see myself doing it more and more seriously. So yeah, they're gonna have to deal with it whether they like it or not, to be honest.